This is where the Menendezes, like Sirhan, also fall short.
There you go. We're talking about Erik Menendez trying to get paroled out after being a double murderer, was denied. Take a look at why it was denied. Rule violations. The commissioners focused on numerous rule violations committed while in prison. Drinking alcohol, affiliating with a gang, having a cell phone. Okay, the parole board was awake, and they did not grant it. He can come back after 3 years to apply again. His brother Lyle having his hearing today. We haven't gotten word on that yet. Let's bring in our think tank, Eklund Mercy, Josh Kolsrud, and Ali Benevento. Is this justice, Eklund Mercy, to deny parole to the convicted double murderers who are affiliating with a gang and drinking booze and getting a cell phone while in prison?
No. The charges, it may look like a lot, but it's not really explaining everything. So when did it happen? They've been in prison for over 20 years. And the only 3 things that you can say is affiliation with the gang, no actions with the gang, alcohol. How many times did he possess alcohol?
This is within the last few years, though.
Exactly. So here's the thing. He's been there for how many years? And those are the only 3 things that you have? I mean, for real. And he's been there since he was since he was what, 20-something? Like, he's been there for over 20 years.
Allie,
That is not fair.
What gang do you think it was? The Preppies?
I'm not sure. I think it's probably pretty hard to not be affiliated with a gang when you're in prison, but I think the bigger issue is that a lot of these violations happened since the time that they've been pursuing these resentencing efforts and since the time they knew they were going to go before the parole board. I believe that I read somewhere that Erik had a cell phone as recently as this January. You have to be smarter than that. You're going before the board. You have to be on your best behavior. I agree that in the grand scheme of things, they have not had as many infractions as I'm sure a lot of people have, but again, especially when they have committed a crime and been convicted of committing a crime as heinous as the one that they were convicted of, they have to be squeaky clean. And unfortunately, Erik just wasn't, and he wasn't as recently as this year.
Josh, Erik said, what I got in terms of the phone and my connection with the outside world was far greater than the consequences of me getting caught with the phone. Okay, there you go. Reach out and touch someone, but you're not going to touch someone on the outside because you're still locked up. What do you think, Josh?
He's exactly where he should be, Vinny, and I'll tell you why. You know, we're arguing and quibbling over some infractions and this or that. Let's not forget that these 2 brothers murdered their parents in cold blood with premeditation and reloaded their shotguns and then shot the mother's head off to the point where they couldn't even recognize the mother. It was so brutal. And then they took the $14 million that they inherited, spent most of it, bought a Porsche, had tennis lessons. I mean, these guys were living a life of luxury in the worst way possible. They got what they deserved. And, you know, if they never see the light of day, honestly, that's the only way that justice will be served in this case. All right.
We only have a short amount of time, so give me a quick answer. We'll go around the horn real quick. Do you believe that they will ever get out? 10 seconds each. Eklund.
Yeah, I do.
You do? Okay. Allie, do you think they'll ever get out, see the light of day?
I think it's possible. I think that especially moving forward, if Erik does better during the next 3 years before he can go up again, I think he has an opportunity and a chance. I think the family support is there and the public support is there.
Josh?
Unfortunately, I think that my colleagues are correct, and they also have Kim Kardashian, who's on their side. And once she's on the case, you know, it's hard to go against her.
Great job. Eklund Mercy, Josh Kolsrud, and Ali Benevento. Great to see you.